Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled 46 Tatted Up, Has Kids, and Thinks She's the Prize. Let's get right into it.
Call me crazy, but calling a woman 4 times in a span of 3 hours is crazy work when she just gave you her phone number yesterday. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? I fear the men are going to have their panties in a bunch once again because these men are crazy out here. I exchanged numbers with this man yesterday. We had one FaceTime conversation, okay? That was yesterday. He wanted to meet me out for drinks. Okay, cool. I told him where I was going to be at. He told me he was going to get dressed, meet me there. He never came. So I said, cool. No sweat off my back. We just exchanged numbers. Then proceeds to call my phone at 6:51 in the morning today. Twice. Why would you be calling somebody at 6:51? Called me twice, 6:51. Next call came in 9:14. I was in class. I just came from working out. So 6:51, I was asleep. 9:18, whatever, I was in class. He then proceeded to call me back at 9:38. Why? Then the text message, sorry, let me make it up to you. Call me.
So, look, here's a woman. She's 46 years old. She's a single mom. And she met a man the other day. Called her. You know, they FaceTimed, right? Same day. She gave him the number. I don't know why you FaceTimed the same day. You guys exchanged numbers, but all right. Then you agreed to meet up the same day for drinks, apparently. And he did not. I guess he stood you up. Maybe he fell asleep. I don't know. But he started calling you, and my assumption is, why don't you just pick up and find out why he's calling you? Maybe something happened. I don't know. Maybe his dog died. Maybe someone stole his bike. I don't know what happened. Okay? But at 46, if this is what you're dealing with, you got to understand, you know, your options are few. They're few, and clearly, apparently they're not that good either. Okay? Now, what I found interesting about this 46-year-old woman, apparently she's a multi-millionaire. I don't know. But you can see she's all tatted up. Let's listen to what she has to say. Hey, listen up, Shape Squad. Are you tired of being ignored by women? Well, download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up. It's going to teach you how to master attraction, build unshakable confidence, and win with women without words. Because chances are you're not ugly. You just talk too damn much. So download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up, and take control of your dating life right now. Now let's get right back to the content.
I built a multi-million-dollar business and I've never gone viral once in 13 years. Okay? Not for my business. For talking about men, yeah, but not for my business. But yet, I consistently make millions of dollars a year. Has nothing to, and a lot of that is from social media.
Now, I don't want to get into her business affairs. I don't really care. Okay? But you're a multi-millionaire, according to you. Or your business is a multi-million-dollar business. Clap it up. I've never had that before, so you'd see something I never achieved. When I get to your, well, I guess by 46 it would have happened to me already, so, you know, my fingers are still crossed. But either way, I think what's interesting about this woman has money, she's older, yet she still makes videos like this. Now, mind you, I'm going to let you know before I even play the video, this is her son. So if you're going to date her, you're going to deal with this guy right here, who apparently is a tough guy. Let's watch the video.
My mom sells workout clothes and shapewear. She's about to show y'all her stuff. You better like it. Come on, Mom.
So, we got fanny packs, we got gym bags, whatever you want. We got bodysuits. We got tennis sets. We got the best sports bras ever. I mean, ever. We got the best biker shorts ever. What else?
Good job, Mom.
Thank you. We got rib sets. You don't even have to wear a bra with these. These the best.
So, I'm worried about this boy. I'm worried about him because, you see, now she's raising a simp. A simp. And I know he probably loves his mom. His mom can't do no wrong. God knows where his father is. His probably father was never around. But she's raising him to believe that women are strong. They could be your daddy and your mommy too. They can make a bunch of money, have tattoos all over their body, and still be valuable. Okay? Okay? And, that just sounds like a recipe for disaster. But I think she raised boys like this. See, men that were like that when they were younger turn into men like this. Simp-ass men. I found this video online. Let's listen to what this simp has to say.
Y'all men disgust me, bro, because y'all will literally copy anything that a woman does. Now there is a new T app to expose the dangers and horrors of dating certain women in the community. T on Her app, bro, is the 4th most downloaded app on the App Store. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? And then what are you gonna do? Revenge corn like y'all did last time? Huh? You gonna do revenge corn? Is that what y'all gonna do? That what y'all did last time, thinking that you was exposing something. And then y'all dudes finna be lying. This why again I don't be listening to nothing y'all say. Y'all dudes who about to be on that goddamn app don't even have no real experience, no real bad experiences with women, bruh. Miss me with this nonsense, bruh. Y'all copy everything that a woman does. Let me tell you something, men. In general, you are not a victim. You not. You finna make up some stories on there and be lying. Miss me with this nonsense. Y'all trying to tell y'all is a problem. Y'all is a real problem.
Y'all is a problem. You copy everything women do. No, you copy everything a woman does. You sound like your mother, punk. Okay? Now, he's mad at us men, us masculine men, for the T on Her app. I want a T on you. Drip, drip, drip. T on you. I'll T on you. He's mad at us because we made a response to the T app. Why are you mad? Why are you mad? Your mama on the app? You mad because your mama on that app? Your auntie on that app? Your granny on that app? Is that why you mad? He says, I don't listen to anything you men say. Clearly you don't listen to what men say, bro. You don't sound like a man. You sound like a punk, bro. So, I worry about single moms because they raise men like this. They really do. These men are soft and they're angry. They're angry at their father who was never there. So they lash out on other men. They're emotional. And to me, personally, this dude never been in a fight before. Okay? He's cruising for a bruising. Okay? He wants it to happen. Anyway, I found another interesting video on TikTok. Let's listen to what she has to say.
And also, you guys, not to be so Share 7 coded, but I do think it's in my best interest to start only dating guys who are financially well off and generous instead of like regular or broke guys. Even though like a lot of my friends who are a little bit older than me and are models and doing this kind of stuff in this scene, they are dating guys who like have a lot of money. I myself have always been like, I'm young and I want to experience like young love and like being swept off my feet and this and that, and I don't want to date for like ulterior motives. I want to date for like love and a teenage dream type thing. However, that just seems like it's not in my cards, because like a lot of the guys that I do date, and I date right, and I do all the things that are supposed to be like right for the girls to do and like make them chase you and this and that, and yet they still just don't have the emotional capacity to emotionally support me in the way that I want, or for me to have that like dream. And maybe I just haven't found one yet. But all the other guys who I've gone on dates with and like romantically pursued have been the same, and they really can't support me emotionally or financially. So it's like, at what point do I just start going for it financially? Because if the financial guy can't support me emotionally, okay, but neither is the guy who's not supporting me financially. So it's like, might as well have fun and go on boats and go to Europe and stuff while I'm at it, you know? I don't want to sound like very jaded, but that is the reality of our current situation in this like climate with dating and stuff. But yeah, I think that you should be getting something out of it. And for guys, they're getting the chance to be in my presence, and I'm very smart, I'm very hot, I'm very funny. Like, there's just more pluses for them than there is for me. So
Everything you mention about yourself is a dime or a dozen. Oh, I'm very hot. There's a bunch of skinny model-looking girls like you running around. There's a bunch. Women think they're exceptional because they think a lot of girls are fat and ugly. But little do they realize there's beautiful women everywhere. Beauty is abundant. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord, okay? Especially when you're dealing with young women. So you being young and attractive, I'm going to give you a little round of applause of that. I'm going to give you a little, what I'm saying, lock it, right? But it's common. That's common. Okay, every high school, every college, every community has attractive women. I mean, everyone. Okay, that's what keeps the human race pushing forward. Okay, now I want to address some of the things she said. I thought some of the things she said was interesting. She couldn't find a man that could be her emotional support. What kind of emotional support do you want? Because the fact that you look to men for emotional support is strange to me. I would think a woman would be your emotional support. You see, women, y'all be looking for a man to be everything to you. We're not capable of doing that. I know we're great. I know we're wonderful. But we're not capable of being your girlfriend, your mother, your sister, your auntie. None of those people as well as your man and your leader and your priest and your daddy. We can't do all these things. And I know you probably feel like, oh man, I'm getting the short end of the stick. No, you just expect something from men that you shouldn't expect. You're trying to squeeze blood out of a rock. That's a bad idea. Okay? Now, you said you wanted young love. Oh, I wanted to experience young love. Who the hell sold that to you? Since when were men capable of this young love you're describing? That's movies. Women get everything from Hollywood and they swear that they could experience Hollywood in real life. You can't. So you want a young love, and instead of wanting something that had ulterior motives, now you want something that has ulterior motives, according to you. You're going down the wrong place. In fact, I found out who you're going to turn out to. You're going to turn out to be just like this lady right here. Okay, she was married at one point. Now she's looking to get divorced. Let's listen to what she has to say.
A few years ago, my uncle came to one of our family picnics, and he walked over to me and he held his hand out, and in it he had a little rock. He's like, "Do you know what this is?" I'm like, "A rock?" He's like, "This is a rock you gave me when you were 3 years old. I've kept it all that time. You probably don't know it, but I always keep it in my pocket." I'm like, "What? Like, I'm in my 40s. You've had that rock since I was little?" He's like, "Yep, you gave it to me, and I kept it all this time." At the time, I was married. I think he thought maybe it was sentimental to turn that rock over to my husband. So he walked over to my husband. He's like, "You see this rock right here? Your wife gave this to me when she was 3 years old. I've kept it for over 40 years. Now I'm giving it to you." You know that man lost that rock in less than a week? A rock that was gifted to my uncle when I was 3 years old that he gave to my husband was lost in less than a week by my husband. And people ask me, when did I realize my marriage was over? That's just one example. A few years ago.
Boy, oh boy, I love the internet. Once you put something on the internet, it lasts forever. It's never going to die. Let's address some of the claims she said. Now, in her 40s, not at her wedding, but at some kind of engagement party or something, some kind of event where her husband was there or about to get married. She said her uncle came up to her and showed her a rock. And he said, "Do you know what this is?" And she says, "No, it's a rock." He said, "You gave me this rock when you were 3 years old." And she was in like, oh. Now, shout out to the uncle for telling a great story. Because that's a lie. He lied. And you know how I know he lied? Because how in the world did you not know your uncle was carrying a rock in his pocket since you were 3 years old until you're in your 40s? So you tell me, for 37 years he never told you he kept a stupid rock you gave him when you were a toddler until you're getting married? And he kept that rock in his pants the entire time? You can't make this shit up. Lying to women is one of the best manipulation tactics I know personally, because it works so well. It convinces women to get a divorce from their husbands. He lost a fictitious rock that never existed. Your uncle probably made it up. He probably was so broke he couldn't give you a wedding gift. He found a rock on the ground and made up a story with the rock, and your goofy ass believed it. It never happened. But you know what? Women will leave their husband for a lie rather than stick with them for the truth. That's just what it is. Anyway, I found another TikTok that I thought was interesting. Let's listen to what she has to say.
Getting so sick and tired of women saying that they want healthy relationships, because no, the fuck you don't. You absolutely don't want healthy relationships, because why the fuck are you getting so mad when he brings up issues? If you want a healthy relationship, why haven't you learned to communicate better? Or why are you screaming in his face every time he questions you about your behavior? Why are you giving him the silent treatment every time he tries to express his feelings to you, or flip it back on him and deflect it when he wants to talk to you about something serious? You don't want a man to take care of you. What you want is to be able to dominate said man, so then you can feel more powerful in your role as a woman while you're on OnlyFans or have a roster, and you want him to sit back and basically be a simp. Like, how the hell are you going to say that you want peace and healthy relationships when all you're doing is switching men and not changing yourself? You're changing partners to avoid accountability. But then when other women call you out on this same shitty behavior, now they're misogynistic and they're pieces of shit also. Even though you've proven time and time again with 3 different baby daddies or multiple partners and rosters that you're incapable of having said healthy relationship, and it's all a man's fault. So many women thrive so heavily in all of the chaos while simultaneously preaching that they want security in a relationship. And it's not security that you want. What you really want is to be able to run men, dominate men, treat them like shit, and get everything you want with absolutely nothing in return. Okay, bye.
Yo, please, if she's running for president, you got my vote. This woman understands. I would love her to be black. Not that race matters so much to me, but then black women could probably absorb this content a lot better. Because her being white, you know black girls ain't going to take this, okay? They ain't going to let a white girl call them out. Hell no, okay? But it applies to all women. It does. So white women, you're welcome. You're going to benefit from this. All right, where do we start? She said, women say they want healthy relationships, but they get mad every time you bring up an issue. They stonewall you when you want to have a serious conversation. And what they really want is they want to be able to dominate men and run men, and for men to be sent for them. I'm telling you, this is something I experience. I meet women and I can tell they want to dominate me. I don't know why. They want to control me. I don't know why. How do you want security and safety from a man, but your belief is you're only going to be secure and safe if you dominate him? I can't wrap my head around that one, because if your man can be dominated by a woman, what makes you think he could stand up for you against the world. He can't even stand up against you. It's like the catch-22 that women want. Women want to be able to control you and rule over you, but for you not to turn around and being controlled and ruled by the world. What man is sovereign in the world but a captive at home? So it's an ideal desire. Women have these idealized desires in men. They're not something that actually is represented in the world. It's just in their mind. I want him to be rich, tall, attractive, have all the girls in the world, but he's chasing after me. How does that make sense? You want him to chase after you, but he has all these girls. He has all this money, but he's going to chase after a woman who's in her 40s, has a kid, out of shape, but he makes you feel so special, make you feel so beautiful. None of it makes any sense. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. Okay? I mean, I don't know what to make out of it. Anyway, to prove the chaos in women, I'm going to play a video, and I actually have a response for this, but I'm going to hold my response till after the video. Let's listen to what this guy has to say.
So I got a girl's number. Waited a few days before I texted her. She was happy to hear from me. And made plans to go out. Totally made concrete plans. I verified. Something to the effect of, I'm available, can't wait. 7:30 Friday night. We were going to get pizza, some outside place. You know, I like pizza. I like to try new pizza places, so that'll be fun. So I didn't text her Wednesday. I didn't text her Thursday. We're adults, right? I don't know her. I probably would have blown it anyway. My sarcasm doesn't come across too well in text. So Friday morning, I texted her, happy Friday. She hearted it. To me, everything was good. So I'm on the way to the restaurant, running a little bit behind, just like 5-10 minutes behind. But I wanted to be polite and say, hey, I'm running a little bit late. If you get there before me, grab an outside table. Her response was, are you kidding? I'm like, bitch, I could have not said anything and been late and you never would have got mad at me. And then she said, we'll have to reschedule. And I was like, we did say 7:30. I'm literally going to be 8 minutes late. I mean, right? That's not terrible. And she's like, no, you didn't confirm with me this morning. You didn't text me at all during the week. I was like, I didn't say this to her. I'm thinking to myself, I don't think we're supposed to confirm. Already confirmed the first time. I responded to her, I do what I say. And that was all I said. And she hasn't responded yet. But I enjoyed the pizza. It was a good pizza. It was good, and I enjoyed it, and I sat by myself and ate it, and I had a great time. What sucks is I wanted to go to the gym, but I didn't go to the gym, so I'll go tomorrow morning. Anyways, am I the a-hole for not confirming? Or are we supposed to confirm and text during the week? I'm not a freaking 10-year-old girl. I don't text during the week. I have a life and business and work and all that other stuff I have going on. Are we supposed to text? I don't think so. Are we supposed to confirm? Apparently we are, because she didn't think so. And if we are, then I guess I fucked up. But anyways.
You know, I hate to side with women on this, but I've been through this exact thing he's been through before. And it's just the way women work. When it comes to dates, right? It may be for something like, you don't got to confirm a dentist appointment or, something they're paying for, you schedule it, they're going to show up. But when it comes to dates, women just expect a lot of men to flop because they date a lot of players, and a lot of players was going to book them and 10 other girls the same day, and he's going to pick whichever one he feels like showing up to. So we might not understand that as men, but from what I hear, women they expect you to confirm. And I've learned this, and I'm trying to think when I've learned it. I think I might have learned this in like 2018. The trick to it all is to, when he texts her happy Friday, he should have texted her like, all right, happy Friday. Look, I know we agreed at 7:30, but can we move it to 8? Like, if he didn't want to just say, hey, I just want to confirm we're going on a date, to make it seem like he was scared, because I think that's what he's probably alluding to, that he didn't want to come off like he's weak or scared the date's not going to happen. What he could have said was, hey, let's move it to like 8 p.m. Or what he could have done was, what I like to do is I like to hold out on the location Let's say like we're agreed to go somewhere, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna send you the address the morning of, and that's what I usually do. I'm like, all right, so the morning of, I text them the address. Yo, this is the address. I'll see you in a bit. So I personally got so used to doing this, but I know a lot of men. You know, he's in his 40s. He's probably not used to this type of thing. He might not have been dating a lot of girls from dating apps and stuff like that. I've learned this like a couple years ago. I would say 2018 I learned this. And so, yeah, man, if you don't know this kind of stuff, and this is why I'm glad I'm writing a book, go get my book, Be Attractive and Shut Up. There's like a lot of little tidbits like this that you guys might miss on that you could benefit from a lot. Okay, so go check out my book. Anyway, I found another video. I thought this was interesting. Let's listen to what she has to say.
And I absolutely agree with the girl that said too much isolation makes you a fucking weirdo. But I would also like to argue too much isolation makes you a fucking weirdo, but also makes you manic, make you go mad, and then make you go insane. Right? Because when I was going through all that stuff, if y'all scroll down my page, I was going through trial after trial after trial after trial in my college town, which is a PWI. And when I say, I was even getting pulled over a lot more than I did in the hood. And that's why I'm like, it was just trauma after trauma after trauma after situation after situation. I was getting kicked at work. I'm going to school and dealing with dumbass shit with the people that's, you know, students. I'm like, you know what? At one point, I was by myself and I was like, bro, I feel like I'm going crazy. I'm going manic. I want to just react and I want to treat them exactly how they treated me. But at the end of the day, I'm isolating myself. So at one point, I picked my fucking shoes up. My last straw was my job trying to fire me. I picked my fucking shoes up because it wasn't even a try. They actually terminated me. I picked my shoes up, dusted them bitches off, and I left. God said that shit in the Bible, and I did it. Because I was like, you know what? Fuck this. Everybody acting weird in this hoe. I'm out this bitch, you know? And now...
It's so funny. People quote the Bible. Yeah, they got tattoos and piercings, and I don't even want to get into all the wild stuff that women do. But I do agree with her. You know, if isolation ruins women. This is why this whole decenter man and we don't need men and I'd rather be by myself, like, because a man's not perfect. Like, women want a man to be 99% of the things she wants. If he's 80% of the things she wants, she don't want him. Like, men, if you got a woman who's 80% of the things you want, I take her. A girl's 80% of the things I want, I feel like that's a lot. I'm willing to date a girl that's 50% of the things I want, right? If you got half the things I want, all right, you know? This is a start, because I feel like a lot of times women only have 10% of the things I want. And that entire 10% is reserved for their JJ. So they're born with the 10%. So this idea that women can isolate themselves from men, and she's young, she's saying this. I'm telling you, this is why women are on antidepressants at a higher rate than a lot of people than themselves in the past couple of years, right? They're manic, they're upset, they're bipolar. It's a disaster, okay? So I think everybody should find somebody, right? Let's restore the primary unit of society to be the family. Because right now we're moving into an environment where the individual is the primary unit of society. And to me personally, that's like one step before slavery again. I think slavery is coming back. You know, if you don't have your family to protect you from the government. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos. And I'll see y'all over there.